this instructional video, we'll be catching a swarm. Now, a swarm is a new hive forming from an older hive, and it will be a big ball of bees, and there'll be one bee you need to catch. Now, it is a queen bee. She's usually 2 to 3 times larger than an ordinary honeybee, and she'll be always in the center of a ball. To demonstrate a swarm during this instructional video, we'll be using a black plastic bag, kind of in a ball. Again, the queen will usually be in the center, and this is how you know if you got her, if the ball will go with her into one of these boxes, which we'll be showing later on. Now, when catching a swarm, if you do fail, which may happen, do not worry. Wait 30 or 40 minutes, and the ball will usually form up again around the queen. They will follow her through pheromones. And again, you will see the ball, and you move her in. You don't always need to see the queen, just the ball, and make sure it's in there. Once you see the ball in there, after 30 or 40 minutes, still in the brood box, you've got her. Now, one of the things to keep her in there, the front will normally be sealed up, but one of the things to keep her in there is an excluder. And since she's larger than the worker bees, she'll be unable to get through here, while at the same time letting the worker bees to easily get through here and work and look for her and do what they do, I guess. And she'll be in a box. She'll eventually be laying eggs when they build wax, and so on and so forth. First thing you're going to need is the brood box. This is where the swarm will be put. In this brood box are frames. This is where, when the swarm is caught, they will start building their hive, honey, put larvae, and so on. Next, you will also need a saw, in case it's up in a tree, a bottom board, which your bottom board in your beginner set will probably have a solid wood board here. And this one is the screen bomb, but it will not matter for catching a swarm. You will need tape to hold it all together, a paintbrush in case it's on the ground, you can sweep it up gently, a queen excluder, which will keep the queen inside the box with this metal screen, yet allowing worker bees to go in and out to work. You'll also need gloves to protect your arms, and a shirt preferably with a collar, a long sleeve shirt with a collar. And these gloves will go over the sleeve and protect your wrists as well. Also, we need jeans and boots or tennis shoes. Then, of course, your most important piece of equipment is your bee veil. Now, this here protects your face, and what you will do is put it on, of course, and normally what you do with the collar is you stick the veil underneath the collar to help protect it and keep the bees from going inside underneath, because they will work it. Now, you will also need a ladder to get up in that tree, and of course, a stick to seal up the front, which we'll be showing soon. Now, to start off, you will need to take the bottom board here, lay it in a place where you can work on it. Take the brood box. Now, what you want to do with the brood box is lay it gently on here, where it lines up along the back and the sides smoothly. This will keep them from escaping from any holes. Now, also there will be a hole in the front where the bees will come in and out later on when you have it captured and set up properly. But that will be late. But we will seal that hole when capturing it, the swarm. So you line it up carefully here. Now, what you want to do is tape it to keep it together. Now, again, you will take it, put it on this line right here to keep it from coming apart. You want to go all the way around the back and this other side. Make sure it's sealed all the way around. Just take your hand around. Okay. Now the front. Now, to keep the bees from going out of the front when you capture the swarm, because they will try to escape, you need to have a stick. One size for the hole, such as this one. You want to place it nice and carefully, snugly against there. If it's tight, you won't be able to get it out. If it's loose, you'll have gaps here on the sides, and they will work those gaps. And it should go flush against the top here and down here as well, or very close to. Now, what you want to do to make sure that this board does not get pushed out or they do not chew a hole in it is to take tape and seal the top here with a strip. And you want to tape the bottom as well. then of course, if you feel the need to, you can tape the sides. Since this stick fits pretty snug, we will not worry about that. Now, it is set up for catching a swarm. Now, one thing you also might want to do is remove a few frames, anywhere from 3 to 5 frames. That'll give you a hole to stick it in. Now, if it's a large swarm, you might want to remove 5, because they can get up to about 5 pounds. Now, we got it all set up for catching a swarm. Now, the first swarm we're going to demonstrate is one in a tree. Alright, now, we're going to first demonstrate on how to catch a swarm out of a tree. Now, I'm all dressed up properly to capture it. Now, first thing you want to do is move the box, the brood box with bottom board attached, underneath the swarm as best you can in case the ladder's in the way. You also want to set the ladder up where you can cut the branch it's on. Now, go up the ladder, of course. Now, you want to gently cut the branch off, because you don't want to shake them, because then the bees will scatter and you will lose the queen, most likely. You gently cut it off. Make sure you have a good handhold. If it falls down, the bees will scatter, and then you have to wait a while for them to reform. Now, come down the ladder, get rid of the saw, you won't need it now. Now, what you want to do is put the swarm, it's still on the branch, you haven't shaken it much. You want to take it and put it over the hole you've made with those frames, over the brood box. Now, what you want to do is either just lightly shake it, and if you need, have a brush on board to help brush them off the branches, or use your hands if you're more experienced. Now, you want to shake them off gently into the brood box. So, they're being shaken. Now, if the branch is smaller than this, and it can fit into the boxes, you can normally just stick the whole them in there until the swarm completes the branch and stills itself in the hive. Now, if you want to swarm inside there, it's inside the box now. As you can see, the bag swarm is in. Now, what we want to do now it's in there, the queen's in there, many of the bees are in there. You want to take the excluder, carefully lay it on top here where it lines up with all the sides properly, like you did to the bottom board. Now, you want to leave this here for the day. You can tape it on if you feel the need to, but you do not need to right now, because the queen may have escaped, or she may escape later on. You want to have it successful later on. So, you want to leave it here, wait about 30 minutes, and they will reball up either inside the box where the queen is, or outside if she did escape. Now, and then, if you know you have her, you should tape this on, as you did down here, along the sides and back of the box, the brood box, and wait until nightfall, because there will be bees flying around that will try to work her out, and you do need to check it every once in a while during the day. Now, when it gets dark, when the sun goes down, you can put the lid on, and you will have a swarm. You want to put the lid on, and then you have the swarm caught. You can move it to a designated area, which will be shown later on.